New Zealand's South Island gets all the glory. Most people will tell you the South Island is better than the North. This season, we're going to show you why we have fallen in love with the North Island. Today, we live on the edge. Make some questionable decisions. What are you thinking, Chris? How are you feeling?
It's heavy out there.
Heavy? Yeah, that looks real heavy, Chris.
Alright, look, here's a pipe. If you hit the pipe, what do you think happens to your board? You gotta choose your body or the board.
Put the kids in uncomfortable situations. Surf a famous surf break. And live life with no regrets. We are on a big adventure to the northernmost part of the North Island. So far, we've played in a mermaid pool, found so many awesome beaches, and hiked up an extinct volcano. Also, after all sorts of travel around New Zealand, we have found our absolute favorite spot. A factor that goes into a spot becoming our favorite has to do with all the other things nearby to do. Today, we're going to continue to explore and see what else this area has to offer. We're going to travel up the northernmost peninsula today. Our first spot takes us to Rawawa Beach. The kids had a really good time. They were really excited to go bodyboarding again. They are still relatively new to bodyboarding, but they have gained so much confidence over this weekend with all the practice they're getting. What I found really cool about this spot was the dry sand. It was so white. The farther north we go, the whiter the sand gets. It's so interesting because on the west coast in places like Piha and Raglan, the sand is black. What amazing contrast in just one island. Hey Henry, how are the waves out there? Are they totally radical? Are you writing your name? What does it say, Hal? Ones? Twos? Yeah. Yeah? Our journey continued north and took us up to Te Paki stream.
So we got some good waves today. Really good waves. Did you catch any waves today, Cindy?
I haven't caught any waves today.
Did you do anything in the ocean?
I jumped in the ocean.
Is that it?
Yep,
Okay.
that's it. We're at the north end of the North Island. We're traveling even farther north in search of a stream and some sand dunes. Up here, there are gigantic sand dunes and a shallow stream that goes through the sand all the way to the ocean. Our research says we can drive through it without a four-wheel drive vehicle. We're not sure if it's a good idea, but might give it a go anyways.
Now we're heading to a stream to go drive through a stream.
When we arrived, they asked us if we had a four-wheel drive vehicle. We said no, but Chris felt confident Bongo could handle it. Plus, our book said it was fine, so what could go wrong? We had a feeling deep inside that it probably was not a good idea to drive the van through the stream. But we felt like living on the edge. We're in New Zealand and we're here for the adventures. We wanted to find a cool place to sandboard away from the crowds, and we were hoping to maybe even make it all the way to the ocean. It was nerve-wracking driving through. The water was dirty, so you were never really sure how deep it actually was. We figured if we kept moving, we wouldn't sink in and get stuck. Although we were super nervous, it was really fun. Eventually, we came to a spot that looked like a perfect place to climb the dunes and go sandboarding.
Opie and Henry charging up. What are we doing, Henry?
Back in Michigan, we would go sledding with the kids. We haven't been able to do that here because we don't really get much snow. We thought sandboarding would be a great alternative. We were a little nervous because we've never been down hills this large before. We weren't quite sure if it was a good idea for the kids, but they were brave. They were so excited to give it a go. After they went down once, they were addicted. They loved it so much. We got in such a great workout climbing up the dunes. It wasn't easy. Super proud of the boys. They climbed like champs. When you first push off, you start out slow, but then you start to pick up speed and fly the rest of the way down. I love moments like these where we're spending time as a family, laughing and playing together. It's moments like these that bring us closer as a family. We didn't have to spend any money on a fancy activity. This was absolutely free and something we will always remember. Was it so fun? Yeah. Okay, keep hanging on. Hang on. Did you flip? Yeah. Oh, that was so fun. After we finished up sandboarding, we decided to continue down the stream to see if we could make it all the way to the ocean. We ended up coming to a section with dry sand. Wet sand is your friend, dry sand is your enemy. We weren't hopeful Bongo would make it through. So we gave up on our hopes of driving all the way to the beach and turned around. Well, we couldn't make it to the beach up at Te Paki stream, so we found a different way. We drove south quite a ways to find another entrance to the beach. This is the famous 90-mile beach. It can only be accessed at low tide, so we had to go now. Did you know that 90-mile beach actually isn't 90 miles long? It's only 66 miles. We had a blast driving around, but we're conscious about a rising tide. We wanted to head out before we got into trouble. We also wanted to head back up to the top before dark so we could see the famous Cape Reinga. Where are we, guys? The top of New Zealand. Say top of New Zealand.
Top of New Zealand.
At the top of New Zealand. Making our way to the lighthouse. Super excited. Hobie, what do you think of the northernmost part of the North Island of New Zealand? Is it pretty cool? This is where the seas meet. They collide. So cool. So Chris, tell me about this area.
Oh, that looks like a prime surf spot. And surf just doubles up, both swells combined, and it just gets super heavy. You can see it. Be a good spot for towing.
Hobie, do you know what this is? It's the most northern part of New Zealand. What's going on with the water out there?
There's crisscrossing, waves are crisscrossing.
Yeah, the waves are crisscrossing because this is where the two seas meet and they collide. What do you think, Chris?
I think once the sun comes down, it's going to look really pretty.
It's all for you. It's all for you.
Hallie, what do you think? Do you like the lighthouse? Doors? Yeah, I don't know where the doors are. What way's Grandpa?
That way.
That way.
That way's Grandpa's and Grandma's?
I will keep you.
Chris was right. The sunset was amazing. Such a magical moment to end an amazing day.
I will hold you closer so you don't feel the cold. And it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you.
As much as we wanted the moment to last forever, the sun eventually set and we had to head back to our campsite. We were pretty exhausted after such a busy day. It's our last day up north. Tonight, we have to head home.
Alright, we're at the beach. Cindy said one more wave about 2 waves ago. She's still going back for more. I guess she meant one more good wave.
We couldn't have asked for a better adventure. We love it up here. It's our most favorite spot in all of New Zealand. This Freedom campsite is amazing, and there are so many fun things to do nearby. The kids have grown so much in their love and confidence with bodyboarding. I'm so happy the kids have found something they love. It keeps them moving, keeps them healthy and happy. Before we head home, we have one last adventure. It's a dream spot for Chris. It is the moment Chris has been waiting for. This is called Shipwreck Bay because there's a shipwreck out there. This is also the location of some filming on Chris's favorite movie, Endless Summer. He is super excited to surf this break and be like the people in Endless Summer.
What's that? What is that even movie?
Endless Summer, we'll have to show it to you, Hobie. Daddy's favorite, Mommy's least favorite. What are you thinking, Chris? How you feeling?
It's heavy out there.
Heavy? Yeah, that looks real heavy, Chris.
Alright, look, here's a pipe. If you hit the pipe, what do you think happens to your board? Heavy. I'm gonna see if I can touch it.
Don't, you got my pink board, don't hurt my board.
Sometimes you gotta choose your body or the board.
This is how Chris puts wetsuits on the boys. Chris got some good rides. Thankfully, my pink board survived. He is always taking care of his sister, holding her hand, making sure she doesn't touch the shipwreck. He is so sweet. And look, he's telling her all about it. What a good brother he is. You see how Hallie's grabbing her wetsuit? It's because Henry's grabbing his shorts to keep them up. And so Hallie's copying him. It's kind of cute. Look at her. She's grabbing her wetsuit. Oh, Hallie. After we finished up at the beach, we headed home. We had an epic weekend and we will definitely be back. Unfortunately, Bongo didn't fare very well with all the off-roading. We got a flat tire, but thankfully had a spare and eventually made it home.
Just driving through.
Are you lost?
You need help? Do you have any milk? We're pretty thirsty.
Daddy is going to try to go down the dune on a surfboard. How do you think that's going to work out for him, Henry?
Really fast, Pig.
Hang on.
Because it's long and it's longer than bodyboard, so it's gonna go faster than bodyboards.
All right, but let's see what happens. Here he goes. Join us next time as we catch gold fever. We venture through tunnels and along old mining tracks in hopes of striking it rich. We also find another awesome beach. Special shout out to Turner Tribe. Thank you for commenting. If you're looking for more New Zealand travel videos, check them out. Please subscribe so we can take you on our next adventure. Click the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. This season is gonna be good.